Hello everybody, welcome back. Playing some more Terra Tech, my infinitely creative save, working on my kingdom once again. This time I got back at the water fountain. I'm just working on the part that drops the resources into the fountain. So far, it's been slow. Very slow. But it should be cool when it's all done, I'm hoping anyway. So as I'm kind of farting around here, I'm going to take this minute just to say, hey, you want to test some things out for me? The little thumbs up button. That thing's always good to make sure it works. Every video, try it out. It's a good one. Comments. Let me know how it works for you. Tell me if that button does work. Same with the subscribe one. Tell me if that one works too. I just want to make sure everything's working on everyone's end. That'd be, troubleshooting. Yeah, that's my story. Let's all just troubleshoot every time. Not the subscribe button. Just do that one once. Yeah, as you can see, the resources, I got them set up in such a way where they can just continue on if they have to. Those delivery cannons, I'll be removing them by the time it's finished. But I just didn't want to clog up the rest of my system and then have to hand pick individual freaking things out of my silos, stuff like that. Crazy long, tedious stuff. But as you can see, some of them, they go around. Some just fall off like they're supposed to, but they're being picked up by those receivers that they're not going to be there either when it's done. Oh, sorry. But that gets me thinking. There's another little issue I had. You see the alternator conveyor in there. Well, it was working just beautifully as long as things are moving or there's a space. But as soon as there's no space for it to feed out, it doesn't know enough to look the other way and send it down the empty chute. So it just got stuck there. Now that part I didn't actually record. That was during part of the long waiting and building before I even got to this part. So I don't know, you have to take my word for it, I guess. But as most of you know, you've experienced it. See now there, it's through that one down there, and now it's kicked over to the other side, and it won't come back to the side it just used until it sends one through. Doesn't care if it's blocked. So that's the basic center part of my fountain. So far it's about half of them that have been working right. Falling off, I think. Maybe a third. It's not perfect, but this is the setup I got. So if they don't fall off and they do go around, they just get fed right back through the setup on that side, whatever side it come from. So then they can get another shot sometime later. They'll refill the silos over there, or it'll keep those two sides full. That's my main goal. But as I was working along, I got done with that little bit, and this has to happen. Just went up to kick some butt. A little dude knocking at my front door, wanting to pick on my little guy, my battle tech, that dude there. Couldn't stand for it, right? So I go jump in that, and oh yeah, I'm gonna do some fighting. I look around, and this is the crap I see. A frickin' gate jumped right out of its frame. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe I despawned it when I went to battle some nearby enemies there earlier, and that's how it come back in. Maybe it was right off the hop from when I loaded it. I never noticed. I looked around quick when I started. It was black. It looked right. I was like, okay. And I started building. But anyway, I got it figured out how I'm going to put it back in. So it's no big deal. It's actually probably going to help me getting rid of it. Except for now I got a big opening in the front of my building. Little sucker's gonna jump right in there and it's trying to shoot at all my tender spots. So I don't have any shields or nothing on the inside, or even up on the top part of this wall. I was thinking I'll keep the outside shielded, but the inside's gonna be like the gooey center of a marshmallow. That's where most kingdoms were vulnerable. If you could get inside, you could do a lot of damage. I'm kinda going for accuracy a little bit. Not 100%. As you can see there in the middle there, I got the start of my water wheel going, and a little bit of the chef's, or the cook's house. Got him a little stove going. So yeah, I'm just cleaning on up, get this all, there's a lot of blocks in that actually. I didn't think I used that many to make them. But yeah, it takes quite a bit to clean it up. Even got the third skew up top there, so works pretty good. There's no skewing around with that, eh? Or SCU if people want to be technically correct. I was corrected once. But I do know that that's its name. It's an acronym, I believe it's called. I just like playing with words a little bit if I can. So it became skew. Skewing around. I don't think I created that or nothing, but I find it very neat. So yeah, this is my new guard for my front door. He's my doorman. He's gonna keep all the riffraff out, I hope. So yeah, here's what I got for the chef's house, or the cook's house so far. That gate thing actually bummed me out a little bit. I didn't want to continue on to even barely get to this point. So yeah, I got another stove, or an oven. I got the water wheel going there. So all in all, not too bad. I ain't gonna let it run yet though. But here's another thing I got that I run across while I'm working on it. This issue where I need to pass from one tech to another. Now that becomes a necessity for either one or two things, or even both things. Both things would be better. There's actually maybe three things, and that would even be more awesome. To get all three things, that is. Because I think about each one means a new block. So the first one is here. You look here how I got it set up. Everything's just stuck in that silo. It'll feed to the silo, but it won't feed into the collector. So, and it doesn't pass to the receiver from the silo. So that kind of sucks for that deal. And since the conveyors will only feed into a silo, it makes it tricky. See, those ones pass. So here, let's just check something out here. I know that's going the wrong way. Just give me a minute here. Yeah, I had to do some voiceover. Everything got mangled. Man, what the hell was I talking about originally? Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. For all the believers. So yeah, it would be nice if they would be able to pass, or the conveyors would be able to feed into the collectors, because then that way you could just have it go like it used to be. It actually used to do this, but see, they don't. That's what I was waiting for about 30 seconds ago, wasn't it? But yeah, that was what I was hoping for, that they'd kick that back in so it's effective again, or activated, or whatever, implemented, so conveyors could fill collectors. And also they could pick up off the ground. But see, like, watch this. Oh, yep, there it goes. And that would make my little task I'm doing a lot easier. Because then you don't have to be able to drop blocks. Because if everything has to be picked up off the ground, well, that makes it tricky. So let's get something going here. What was I doing? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I've been trying to find ways that we can make like a reliable way to drop blocks. So I have been turning a lot of conveyors this way and that way. I've been trying the different corners, such and all that. And one thing I have noticed is if you look at this, it looks fine, right? It's alright. It's neat. And it works pretty good. It's very reliable to do that. I've never had one fall off. But it doesn't look that aesthetically pleasing. So what I'm suggesting is like a twisted conveyor block. So it takes it around the 45 degree, or 90 degree. I guess it would be, would it be 90? A 90 degree twist? Yeah, I think that'd be right. So it's a nice smooth transition as it goes from being normal to on its side. Because in function it already works fine, it's just the look of it doesn't look right. And I think that'd be a good reason to have a new block added. And it would make it, I don't know, it breaks it for me when things are offset like that. Because it shouldn't be. Like a normal real factory, you'd never see something like that. It'd always be nice, smooth, flowing lines. The edges would be like continuous. So I'm suggesting the twisted block. Hopefully it becomes a thing. I am going to suggest it. I just need a few pictures so I can post the thread. And then of course the next block I would suggest to be the dropper block. Now it's been suggested before, but without any way to reliably drop them, I don't really see any other way besides doing this kind of stuff if I don't want to make a block. But it does make things hard. Like, we gotta be able to pass things around and all the different ways. And there's just some really interesting, neat builds that could be done with a dropper block. Because I used this idea, see, that dropped it, but it took all the way out to there. So that's how big it had to be just to make that work. But I did make one base a couple builds ago that actually used the dropping idea and to fill up the resource thing, and also just drop the blocks from like max build height down to about halfway, but fast, as fast as they can fall. And then it could be picked up from down below there and then processed. I don't think I had the processing in, I was waiting on a crafting update. But you know what I'm getting at? It was kind of a neat little idea. Now there's been a few of us that have used it, and I forget where I got the idea from. There was another player a long time ago. He was saying he was working on a pit and he needed to drop them, and then I built mine, and I forget how he was doing it. But then we all started figuring things out like that and using it whatever way we needed. So there's my suggestions, my little setup I got going here. These are the kind of things I get up to. This is my little bit of testing. Sometimes you just gotta jump back and forth to the R&D. So yeah, if you don't have the R&D, you might want it, or grab my creative save. So about this point here, I think I'm going to do like I did at the start, and I ask you that if you did like it, throw a like down there, give me the big old thumbs up. And if you got the time and you feel like it, throw a comment down there, tell me why you did or why you didn't, even if you find it necessary to put the thumbs down. You can skip that though, you know, you don't have to, that one. Or you could just take the safe bet and subscribe if you haven't already. You know, then you get a little notification saying, hey, that guy's got a new video. You might want to check it out. Here, easy link and all that. It helps me get around. When I do get some time to get around and watch some videos and stuff. I really don't get too much of that anymore though. The one other thing I would like to mention is a Saturday showcase that I'm trying to kind of get to be a regular thing. But if it's to be a regular thing, I need a little help. So if you guys got any cool and original techs, I'd love to see them. And if you'd like a video made for them, hey, follow the link down in my descriptions of all my Terra Tech videos. It's on every one of them. Should be anyway, unless something went wrong. And post an in-game snapshot, or save game, or both, even better, with instructions, name of your tech, and if you don't mind your name being on in the video, just tell me otherwise if you don't. But yeah, post your techs on the thread that I've started on the Terra Tech forum, and I'll see what I can do with them. We'll give them a good showing. So until next time, everybody, keep being awesome, keep having a good one. It says it right there. Bye.